Alright, so my name is African Brand and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I want us to explore one of the most intense and fast evolving conflicts in the modern geopolitics, and that is the war between Iran and Israel war. And for decades this was a cold covert conflict which was fought through proxies and also sabotage being involved. But in 2025 that fragile balance shattered kind of, and this was after the involvement of warplanes in the skies, missiles in the air, and civilians caught in the middle. Now, one of the things that people doesn't understand is that this war marks a dangerous turning point not only for the Middle East but for the entire world. Now, in this comprehensive deep dive, we will examine how the conflict escalated into open war, dissect the alliances and rivalries shaping the battlefield, and also we are going to analyze the devastating weaponry both sides are deploying. We'll also explore what this war means for the global security, the oil prices, regional stability, and how it might end as well. Now, as of June 2025, Iran and Israel are locked in a historic direct conflict. What started with a high level of targeted strikes has morphed into large-scale air and missiles campaign. Israel launched its first operation as a Rising Lion, a full-scale of aerial and cyber offensive against more than 120 sites deep inside Iranian territory, including underground nuclear research facilities in Natanz, missile factory in Isfahan, and command centers near Tehran as well. Iran responded with a brute force. Over 1,000 drones and ballistic missiles were launched towards Israel in under 2 weeks. Civilian areas like Tel Aviv, Haifa, and Beersheba were hit, and on June 19th, one of the missiles struck Soroka Medical Center, wounding dozens. Despite Israel's Iron Dome and arrow systems intercepting nearly 90% of the incoming threats, the sheer volume was overwhelmed and some were defenseless. Israel in turn struck the Iran's missile launcher grids, electronic warfare bases, and even transportation nodes. Iran has lost key members of its military elites, including IRGC QIDS force commander like Saeed Izzadi and Benham, these through the war. Now, this war has taken speculation about the regime's vulnerability, and the origin of the Israel and Iran conflict are deeply rooted in ideology and also the historical background within the regional ambition. Now, this war began in 1979 when Iran's Islamic revolution overthrew Shah and ushered in a theocratic regime that denounced Israel as a Zionist cancer. Since then, Iran's foreign policy has centered on opposing Israel's existence, and often through funding and aiming regional proxies like Hezbollah in Lebanon and also Hamas in Gaza. I want to tell you that over the decades, Israel countered with targeted airstrikes, assassination of Iranian nuclear scientists, and also cyber attacks like the famous Stuxnet virus that crippled Iran's centrifuges. But the tipping point came on October 7th, 2023, when the Hamas launched a surprise attack on Israel, and over 1,200 people were killed during this attack. Israel responded with a force of intelligence soon pointed to Iran as a primary financer and arms supplier behind the attack. By April 1st, 2024, Israel struck Iran consulate in Damascus, killing high-ranking IRGC leaders. And this protocol made escalation very inevitable. From then on, the slow-burning hostility turned into firestorm. Missiles, barrages, assassination, drone strikes, and full-scale military operation became the new normal life in the region. This is not just a two-player war. Israel is strongly backed by the United States of America, both diplomatically and militarily. American Patriot systems were deployed to assist Israel's interceptors. U.S. CENTCOM assets in Jordan, Qatar, and also the Red Sea have provided logistics. Early warning data and joint interception of drones has also been witnessed throughout the war. European allies includes the UK and France, which have also supported the Israeli defense during missile attack, and also NATO has maintained high alert in the Mediterranean. Iran, on the other hand, is less formally aligned, but is far from being isolated. Russia has supplied drone components and also helped the GPS jamming technician, and also China has expanded economy ties and allegedly assisted with evading missile-related sanctions as well. Iran also uses its regional proxy network, and in Hezbollah, which has fired rockets into the northern Israel, the Houthis have attacked commercial shipping in the Red Sea, with Shia militaries in Iraq who have targeted the US bases, increasing the pressure in the city of Washington. Now, these alignments show how this war could easily escalate beyond the Israeli and Iranian borders, drawing in superpowers and destabilizing the global trade routes, especially those tied to oil, because Iran is the largest producer of the oil in the world. Now, I want us to examine the weaponry being used by different countries. Israel is using F-351 jets, which is stealth, long range, and capable of hitting hardened bunkers deep inside Iran. JDAM and Spice bombs are also being used, which is precision-guided munitions, which also use the tool of AI. And also we have the micro drones deployed covertly in Tehran to disable the radar before the June 13th airstrike blitz happened. We also have the cyber warfare, which is coordinated by attackers in Iran traffic control missile launch, which was timing in key moments. We also have the defensive systems, which include the Iron Dome, Davis Sling, and Arrow 3, forming a multi-layered air shield. We have the Shahab-Ahmad Sigil missiles, which is a long range. It is a ballistic with a payload of over 750 kgs, and some carry decals or multi-warheads, as some will mention it. And also we have Shahed 136, 238 drones, which swarm drones that evade some radar systems. We also have the S-300 and Bava 373. This is a Russian and a domestically built air defense system, although many were struck early by Israeli jets, but it helps in striking or putting up a shield to help in dealing with kind of machines which fly on the space. And we also have a rapidly depleting munitions with high civilian tolls and exposure to counter strikes. As we conclude, inside Iran, there is over 600 dead people, including senior officers and civilians. And there has been a widespread evacuations from Tehran, Isfahan, and also Shiraz. Over 100,000 people have been displaced, and also properties damaged. Internet and media blackouts enforced has been there to control the unrest, and also the inflation surging, oil production disrupted, and anti-government protests have reignited as well. And also inside Israel, there is at least 26 people killed, including civilians, dozens of wounds from missile strikes in Tel Aviv and also Beersheba. Some hospitals and airports temporarily have been shut down. Air raid sirens daily, school closed in central regions, and also psychologically both nations are rattled. There is a growing fear these won't end soon, and that's a pushing political shift in the both capitals. Israel's goals are very clear in this war: to destroy Iran's missile and nuclear programs, to disrupt the proxy networks, and also shake the confidence of Tehran's ruling elite. Some speculate that Israel hopes to trigger internal dissent and potential power shift is America. Iran's goals are also both strategic and symbolic, and these demonstrate it can retaliate directly against nuclear-aimed states by having the allies and also deterrence of its capability. But the risk of mutual overreach is high. Each strike invites retaliation, and with every cycle, the stakes grows larger. Now, most of people will ask themselves that what comes next? there are three possible scenarios that could happen. Number one, there could be total escalation, and this could happen in Hezbollah, a second far front of the United States, which could see the attack and also hinder the shipments of war equipments. And the second one is strategic pause. Both sides exhausted or low munitions, scale back of tactical repositioning. And also the third thing that could happen is diplomatic background channels. United States has come to help. We have the Turkey and also we have the Oman so that they can try and bring the peace. And the kind of peace solving that we've been seeing is the striking of the Iran's major 3 nuclear stations in the Middle East. So there's a lot just going on because of this war. Now, most people worldwide have been trying to relate some of the scenarios which has been happening. Donald Trump and Zelensky, when the Ukrainian president visited the Oval Square, or the White House, not State House, the White House in America, where he visited, and then the United States president was kind of telling this Ukrainian president that he was playing with a World War III. Most of people are now thinking otherwise, that the person playing with the World War III, which most of people could say that it's like it's starting, it's on peak, it's almost beginning with different people joining allies, because it can be remembered that today the Russian president, that is Putin, had a meeting with the Prime Minister of Iran, possibly to form an alignment that could help in joining or seeing how they're going to tackle this war which is ongoing between the different countries, which is Iran and Israel and also US joining the war. And possibly there could be an alignment, because Iran said through its prime minister that possibly they could do anything to defend themselves. So there could be an alignment between Iran and Russia, and also there could be an alignment between United States of America and Israel. So the war starts to escalate. Now I want to take you back, and I want to give you an historical context that happened back when the First World War was almost starting. And you know, the First World War started in Serbia, and this was after most of the Serbian citizens were thinking that their government was oppressing them, and then now the Black Hand community had to intervene in between. Now, after the intervening of the Black Hand community, which started to oppose the Serbian government or the oppressors of the citizens, then there was alignment which was being formed. There are allies which joined the Serbian side of the government, and also there was other side which was joining the Russian side of the part of the government. Then from there, the First World War escalated, and everything just escalated, and people started fighting, and the war was almost everywhere. Now I think this is what is starting slowly by slowly. Most of people can predict the third world war starting, with others are also putting this into biblical contextual kind of, that this is something written in the Bible and it has to happen the way it happened. It's happening. But one clarity that was made is that United States say that it's not into fight with Iran. It's only fighting against the nuclear sites which Iran has created, or that is why they bombed the 3 nuclear sites. And the US president also said that if they don't come and surrender, then they would made a simple and easy attack. So what do you think about this war? Could this be the start of Third World War, or I'm thinking otherwise? So let me know what you think on the comment section, and also don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And always, I'm the African Brand, and see me when I see you in the next video. Bye bye.